Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about how to solve inequalities. So you're going to start with basic inequalities and then it'll get a little harder as we go. We are doing, this is not the assignment, let me just exit this out, this is the assignment, okay. So we are on K.8 Solve linear inequalities. It's going to be two-step, which means you're going to do only two things. Probably add or subtract, and then divide or multiply. Usually those are the steps. So it says solve for u. So you need to know what side that variable is and then get rid of everything else from that side. So I'm rewriting my inequality. Is less than -4. U is on the left side of my inequality. Start from the furthest term, get rid of that. And then see what you need to do to get the u all by itself. Before I start solving the inequality, let me show you, let me describe you what we're going to do. The furthest term away from u is that 4. It is added, I'll subtract it from both sides. That's going to be my first step. I'll do -4 on both sides. And then this right here is going to be all by itself. It is 4u, it is multiplied, which means I need to divide each side by 4. Those are my two steps for this question. Subtract 4, divide by 4. Now let's get to it and do the work. -4, -4. And you gotta pay attention whether they are like terms or not, because when you have all the same numbers for the variables and for the constants, it gets confusing because now you don't know whether you can put 4u and 4 together. Because I've had those students, when they see 4u and 4 together, they put 8 or 8u. Make sure that you know if they are like term or not. So 4 and 4u are not like terms. This is just a constant. That's just a number. This one is a variable. You cannot put them together and then just come up with an answer like 8 or 8u. It doesn't work like that. So your like terms are this 4 and that -4. These two. So that's why I'm dealing with those two. I'm writing them right underneath one another. So this is cancelled out. Bring down the left side, that's positive 4u. Bring down the sign, that says less than. -4 minus 4 equals -8. Now remember, these are two-step equations. All we have to do is two things. The first one was subtraction. Now we are dividing because this is right here multiplication. To cancel out a multiplication, I need to do the inverse, which is division. I divide each side by 4, and then on the left I have u. Sign goes down. -8 over 4 is -2. My answer is going to be u is less than -2. That's what I need to type in here. I'll type u and then a less than sign right here. I have a lot of stuff on top of that sign, so I cannot click the button. Yeah, you'll type u and then the sign and then -2. That's going to be your answer. Now let's move on to the next level and see what we will deal with at 43 points level. As you get closer to 43, these are going to be the questions. Still two-step. The difference is that we are dealing with fractions and bigger numbers. Okay, let's just rewrite the inequality. Q over -12 minus 14 is less than or equal to -13. I see that, by the way, Q over -12 right there, it's just a fraction. They're almost like one thing. So the farthest term away from Q is that -14. That's the first thing that I will get rid of. I will do plus 14 on each side, and then this is divided by -12. I will multiply by -12 as my second step. Okay, two-step inequalities. The first thing over here is a -14 that I need to get rid of by doing its opposite. So the opposite of -14 is plus 14 on each side. That's my first step. These are gone. Right side, I have these like terms. -13 plus 14 is just a positive 1. Bring down the sign, and then the left side, which is q over -12. This q looks like a 9, but I guarantee you it is not a 9, it is a q. Okay, so now it is q divided by negative 12. I need to multiply each side to cancel that divided by out. Multiply by negative 12, multiply by negative 12. If you want to, you can put this in the parentheses. If it makes you feel better, safer, go ahead and do it. Now, these are gone. Left side is just a q, and then bring down the sign, less than or equal to. 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. That would be my answer. Q is less than or equal to negative 12. Those numbers could be this number itself, negative 12, and all numbers that are less than negative 12, such as negative 15, negative 100, negative 200, negative 13, negative 17, and so on. All those numbers could be my answer. So moving on, one level up. Solve for f. I don't know why this is like supposedly harder than the other question, because it is not. Okay, let's get to it. Negative 51 is less than or equal to 19 minus f. So, step 1, decide what side you're dealing with. My side is right side. F is over there. I'm going to get rid of that 19. That's my first thing. It is positive, so I'm subtracting it from both sides. These are gone. Negative 51 and minus 19. Those are like terms. So the answer is going to be 70, but negative. So it's negative 70, less than or equal to negative f. F is not all by itself. Many of you might think like this is the solution. It is not. We are solving it for f. We are not solving it for negative f, which means we need to get rid of that negative. It's like negative 1 times f. That's what it means. So just either divide each side by negative 1 or multiply each side by negative 1. It's the same answer. But theoretically, since that's kind of like multiplication, we need to divide each side by negative 1. Negatives will cancel each other out on the right side. Bring down the sign. Right side is f, left side is 2 negatives divided. It gives you a positive number. That would be your answer. Either put it that way or put it f is greater than or equal to 70. Because look at that opening. The opening looks at f. I would like to keep it this way. Because usually when we write an inequality, we start with the variable, put the appropriate sign, and then the number. Okay, probably one last question. Solve for t. Okay, 2t minus 65 equals 91. Oh, it's not equal. It's greater than or equal. These are not any harder than the other ones. It's just 2 steps. So, first thing, get rid of that minus 65 by doing its inverse. The only thing is that we are dealing with bigger numbers. That's it. So add these together, 956, and then it's 2 times t, which means you need to divide each side by 2. So t is going to be greater than or equal to 78. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in another video.